Oh, wow.
Right, yeah. So you know when I said about being able to just click and print them off and make them? That's a DL card. That is a DL card, but it's been snipped, just cut to mirror the tag size. Now that there, the lovely Deborah Durand has created for me. Now that has been printed onto watercolour card.
That answers your question, Helen.
Yeah. What was the question?
Hi Sheena, can digital stamps be printed onto watercolour paper?
Wait till you see what I've been printing on, Helen. We haven't even scratched the surface. Thing is with my team, they're not digital crafters. I'm not a digital crafter. I'm never going to be a digital crafter. But if it's going to save me money and I can get a lot for a little cost and then make it so that I can get it in the real world and get messy with it and do all the bits that I want to do with it, why would you not? You're going to have a totally different approach to digis with my team and myself. Just saying.
We're going to rock them, aren't we?
We're going to rock them. But the thing is, it's easy for you because all you're going to do is going to be PDF form, which they are. I'm going to show you what the printouts look like. But let me show you what you can make first of all.
Can you turn that slightly sideways? Because it's all built up. It's beautiful.
Yeah, it's 3D. Isn't it gorgeous? Look at it. That is one stunning card there.
Fantastic job, Debbie.
Fabulous, right? But look at this one here. Smaller version, right? Can I just say that hasn't been coloured by the lovely Deborah at all. That's printed out. You can just print that. So you fancy, you're right, I want to do my own creative colouring. I want to use my own colour roses. I want to make my owl a different colour. I want to make the pocket watch different. I want to make it silver, not gold, whatever. Do my inky backgrounds, do it. But then you go, but I want a quick, pretty card. And I want to just add a bit of glitter to that or a bit of craft card or do a little bit of fancy edging to it. A little bit of me on there. A lot of just quick and let's get it done on there. That card there, that tag will go on a smaller format card or it can just be with a stand on it on the back. That's done with the same pack, right? They're the owls. A couple of examples with the owls there.
I love it. Sherry Miller is in the house and she says, I'll say that's blooming gorgeous.
Well, I'll say.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised Sherry Miller.
She's on form tonight.
What about that? Right, you know when you said, can you print on watercolour card? Yeah. Can you print on ordinary white construction card? Yeah. That's what the background's done with.
Yeah.
All those papers are included. You don't have to make them.
And
can you print on acetate? Oh yeah, you can. And you know what? Buy either. Look at that. It's acetate. Either buy. Hello there. Either buy. It looks like a Joel's like finger.
Anyway. Sheena, you're frightening me.
Sorry,
I don't know about the rest of them.
But that there is the cheapest thing. You either look and see what's cheapest: overhead projection film, printable, on the Amazonioni, or printable acetate. Both do the same thing. This happens to be overhead projection film, created by the wonderful Deborah Durand, and this flamingo, printed, coloured in by yours truly. That'll be me. Hello. And printed on the acetate by Deborah with this gorgeous card. How amazing is that? So, see how we're mixing it up? Printable acetate.
A couple of things to say here, Sheena. I'm going to have to keep jumping in, I'm afraid.
Because
we've got lots going on here. Are these digitals adjustable in size from Carol?
They're not adjustable in size, but I've got them in different sizes. Having said that, if you've got a program like Illustrator, Adobe Illustrator, a lot of people have programs that they can manipulate PDFs with. I'm not bothered. Just do it. I just wanted the easiest way for you guys to use them. I've got a scan and cut as well. So if you've got a scan and cut, you just print them out and get the scan and cut to cut them out for you. Brilliant.
Happy days.
I didn't want to spend it because you've got to think, am I going to give you them in JPEG, which is not scalable, and it's not really very good to use. You can't use them that easily. But I could give you vectors, but then a lot of people don't know how to use a vector file. You have to have vector programs and know how to resize them. And good for you guys who've got cutting machines and a program to use a vector. But the best way, and I was speaking to mates about this who've been in the craft industry quite some time doing this. Linda, thank you very much, lovely. She said, PDFs, you just print it out. I'll show you what I mean. Hold that thought. I've got it covered. We've got size differences. Look, size differences. That there, that's the hummingbird. That is printed. See what I'm mixing up on the card? Onto craft card. That's coloured as the Inkoids would colour anything with pencils, coloured pencils on craft card. We use this a lot. It looks stunning. Now that's the same collection as this collection. So it's another one Debbie's made. So these are the papers that are on there, printed. You can print them onto your, like a Centura pearl if you want that shine on it. Yeah? Mm-hmm. And this is construction acetate, and that little card there is, can you see how this, look at the size difference. I've scaled these for you from huge for a DL, that still fits on a DL, to smaller format, but that's that already coloured in option. So this here looks amazing. Well, I coloured it in, thank you very much. Thank you for that, if that's what you're thinking.
You are amazing.
Thank you very much. But it's all just printed out and cut and stuck on the thing there. So see how you've got creative day, I want to do my own thing, thanks very much. I might do it on craft card with pencils, lovely. Could do watercolours, watercolours. Or I could just print it out and make a gorgeous little card like that, and not colour in at all. Maybe just add a bit of stickles.
So let me get this straight.
Yes, Maria.
When you purchase,
yeah,
you get various different sizes.
I've got them
in
all
that
printed
one
out.
Purchase.
I'm going to show you the printed out. So we've seen the L, we've seen the hummingbird, we've seen the flamingo. What about the raven?
Wow.
Look at that. Look at the 3D on that Debbie's created.
Wow. Whilst people lay their eyes on that, Sheena, Sarah Jane Kennedy, thanks for your question. She says, question.
Yeah.
What about those of us who don't have a computer with a printer?
I don't know what I can tell you. Do you know what we can tell you?
Well, that there are physical stamps.
Oh yeah, physical stamps
actually being manufactured as we speak, and we should be in a position probably next week to be able to show you those. And within a few days, they will also be for sale.
I have to say,
so we're catering to it both sides of this
I've got
coin.
to say, almost 2/3 of the stock I've ordered, people have already pre-registered interest for.
Yeah, not prepaid, but pre-registered the interest.
But what I'm going to do, if you're interested in the stamps as well, let Debbie know, and then we're going to find a way of letting all you guys purchase them, pre-order them. And that'll probably be next week. And we'll give you access to put your order in first of all and order them. Even though you've given them the name, we'll sort that out to give you a link or code or something. So if you want to do that, now let me show you this as well. Check this out.
That is stunning.
You see, you won't see the lights on it very well because the lights are we've got like
Lights
1,000,001 lights on.
Yeah.
But this here is a lantern, and I've got, I bought the candles to go in it, Debbie, and it looks gorgeous, but there's so many lights. What we'll do is we'll take some video, I'll do a video of it later on in the living room. We'll put the lights out. Ooh, scare ourselves, Maria. And then we'll do a video of it. But this is and this is the kind of thing that on the inkettes, the team will be sharing the projects and things as usual. And this is on printable acetate with some mulberry paper behind it. Now, when you do put it on, you get a gorgeous glow. We'll try and show you that later. But the good thing is as well, it packs flat, look. So if you want to post it, there's my candle inside. You can see it's just glowing. You can literally, it's like a constructor lantern. So Debbie posted all that to me, and it was all safe.
It's ridiculously clever. Debbie, you are just off the charts.
She's like if you genetically engineered a crafter, it would be. She's going to show up on Netflix at one of these, like AI, living AI things. She'd probably go wonky and then try to kill the family or something like they always do on these things.
Worry about your imagination.
But they always do on Netflix. How many? There's loads of films. Let me know if you've seen them all. They're cropping up all over. The same. Oh, yeah, we go again. They've got themselves an AI. She's lovely to start with. She loves the little ones, the babbies, and then she's going to go to the dark side. Run for her lives by the time you're finished. Just saying.
My hand's in the air, Sheena.
Yes, Maria.
Janice Tong says, "Hi, Sheena. How often are you on a live like this, hun?"
We try to do it every Sunday, but Easter, what you can do? Birthdays, so April was a big month of birthdays. My birthday, your birthday, done now.
And then Easter.
And then Easter.
So most Sundays, aren't we?
Right, let me show you. You've had some inspiration. Thank you, Debbie. Incredible. We're going to do a bit of crafting in a minute as well, but I need you to see what you're going to get, and I'm going to tell you how much they are. So each pack has its own each set has its own printables in it, and there's 8 pages in each one, and you can decide what you're going to print out. I'm going to give you tips. Get the best paper you can for the coloured ones. You can get, I love matte printer paper on the Amazonioni. I can show you the brand I use. It's very good paper, but for amazing photos as well. But that there is how I formatted that. So you want to make a layered card with the Raven. You've got your main card which fits on the DL. It looks massive, doesn't it? But it isn't. It's DL size. You think it was bigger, but it's actually not. It's DL size. So that's your Raven. But you've got these bits here you can cut to decoupage, or you can just cut a rectangular DL card and use that as a DL card. But then you've got the separate elements as well. Now, maybe in me, I probably wouldn't cut all the twigs. I'd cut some leaves and 3D the leaves on there. I'd cut the Raven because I could do that, even me being not Sheena scissor hands, and I would cut the rose. But you've got separate things, just that little rose. If you like small, sweet and simple cards, just use the elements individually. So that's the first page in the Raven. Yes, Maria?
Maggie Herman and a few other people actually have made the same point, that most libraries and print shops have the ability to be able to print out for you
that's right.
in a type of ink that won't run as well.
Absolutely, yeah, it'll be a permanent run. So if you want to use like a watercolour, you can take your own card in. We've got local ones and they'll just say few pence a sheet and give them the card you want to print on.
Yeah.
If you like a certain card.
Especially if you're making to sell, and they like to get behind that, don't
exactly. When I tell you how much these are, you'll see it's well worth doing that, because you're going to save. You're only going to print on demand, really, print what you want. So this is the smaller format, the larger format, the smaller format card there. You've got your overlay elements I've created for you, but I've also put your background pattern in there as well. So you've got it layered up and building up. If you print on a plain card, like a watercolour card or a matte card, you can get a bit of ink on there as well. One of the backing papers, now this is just really thin, inexpensive, flimsy whimsy, not that flimsy, it's about 100 and something GSM paper, but I wanted it to be really in fitting with your with the Raven. I didn't want full on bright colours. I thought of, from the designer's aspect, of wanting them to fit in with your you know, the design. You don't want to fight in the backing paper. Shouldn't be like, you know, outstaging the main star of the show. That's printed on watercolour card. So there you can use your pencils, your watercolour pencils, your watercolours, whatever you want. And especially if you take that to your local printer and get them. And so can you see the different sizes that we have formatted for them for you? So you can just go, open it, your whole 8 pages, there's 8 pages in each one, will open up, and you can just say print page 3.
Mm-hmm. And your wording's there as well.
And everything's on there. I want just that page, thank you. And I want the big card. I'm going to do all the layers and I'm going to colour that in. Or I can print the little inner one out and they can colour that in as well. It's coming up to, you know, summer holidays and things. Mm-hmm. I'm going to do a class or a workshop, print a few of them. Everybody got one to print out, but colour them in. Anything like that. And then also full angel policy. Right, I'm going to speed it up a little bit. That's the Raven. You've got 8 sheets in there, including backing papers, full coloured ones, and each pack is £4. However, I've got a mega bundle price for you. That's the hummingbird. I'm just going to flick through it.
Beautiful.
First page of the hummingbird, second page of the hummingbird. I have to say, choosing the colours is just fabulous, and doing all of this. It's so time consuming, but once it's done for you. And then you can you see, I love the background image there. So this is what you don't get with just the stamps. Aha, look at that. Printed on craft paper. So it's not as thin, it's a thinner craft card. You know the books I've been making with the floral ones, the floral whimsies? This is the technique I use for the floral whimsies book. It looks so cool and vintage. I've just mixed them up. You wouldn't necessarily use that with the ones that we've just looked at, but you would use them with the ones coming up. And then just regular paper. You can see how pale the backgrounds are. That could be Centura Pearl paper, could be any base paper. Craft card, there you go. That's what we're going to do it, colouring a little card in. Craft card with pencils is stunning. So that you would marry up with this. Can you see? Mm-hmm. Yeah? So there, all the printable pages in the flamingo. No, hummingbird. The flamingo, we've got here, I tell you what, I haven't got the owl printed out. I'll have to show you the owl on another one, or show you I'll try and do it on the computer or print it out, show you a still of all the L's. If you look on the site, you'll see all the L pages anyway. I've got them all expanded for you, so you can see what you're getting before you get them. Oh, that's printed on a glossy paper. So if you like glossy photo paper, that's a glossy photo paper. Again, just plain paper. I printed this one on a coloured paper, so don't forget, if you've got any pale pastel papers, give it a base colour and print it on the base colour. Oh, that, if you say you want to print it A5 or smaller, you can do 2 on a sheet and it'll rescale it. So there you go. The lady who was asking about, can you make them smaller? In your setup of your printer, if you say you want to print A5 and you want to do 2 sheets per page, you can scale them down even more. There's all these different little tips and tricks. And then there's the owl. So, and there's 8 for the owl as well. So that, double that, all of those, that, and then a whole other 8 on top of that. The introductory bundle, if you want them and you like them all, don't buy them individually for £4 a pack. That was just for people who maybe just want the hummingbird.
So that's 3 sheets for £4?
No, you've got 8 sheets in each set.
Wow.
So you've got 3 sets there,
each
with 8 sheets in it, printed, coloured, non-coloured, different sizes. But there's actually 4 sheets because you've got an owl, you've got the hummingbird, you've got the flamingo, and you've got the raven. So 8 sheets in each one, £4 if you want to buy them individually. If you want to buy them as this little special introduction, there's a thank you and the first thing on my shop, that's £12 for all of them. So I wouldn't go for the individuals, just do the, makes sense, doesn't it? Do the £12 one, because then you're getting one free. And you've got them. And it's really cool. Debbie bought them this afternoon. She didn't want them, she already had them. I had to ask her to buy them and put the money back in her bank. It was so sad because I wanted to make sure it was all working for you. So you get it, and then you get it emailed to your link, and you click it, and it goes, oh right, I'll download them, and you can download them. You know, they'll just stay there, and that's how you do it. And they're small files, so if your internet's not super wazzy, kind of fast, you're okay with that as well. Shall we do a bit of crafting with them?
Absolutely.
Oh, we're liking that. Let me see some hearts if you're liking this. Let me see what you think, because it is completely new for me, and I'm hoping you like it. And this is the way forward, because it's completely within my control. So I've got so many stamps and images I would have loved to bring out with the dies, all with coloured elements already in them. So if you've got some previous collections, look out, because you'll be able to have like sheets that you can just cut out with the dies as well. I'll keep size-wise and everything. So yes, so I'm hoping I had some positives there, Maria.
Absolutely, you've got a massive flurry of hearts.
Yay, cool.
I've got to say, she's been working morning till 11, half 11 at night, trying to get all this ready and in line for you all. So it's really heartening to see how much love you're giving back.
Oh, brilliant. Thanks, lovelies. Because I can't see that, so I'm just getting it from Maria. So I'm really hoping you do like it. Because if I do it, I don't want it to be... I've never done anything that I haven't done to the best of my ability. And I hope that comes through. So even though digis are new to me and creating them, what a learning curve. I wanted them to be spot on. So... hopefully. Right, so if you look on the overhead, shall we have a bit of play?
Absolutely.
All right, so what I've printed this out. You've seen how that, so I didn't show you the full print out of the owl, but it's just like the ones with the backing on. This is the DL, the full size here with the owl, and it's really easy to trim on your guillotine. All you're going to do is literally just take your little guillotine here, and oh, look at that. Who's that woman then? Hello, Lisa, if you're watching, Petal. She's using that lovely little guillotine. Oh, I've got here. So what you do is you just like put that there like that, and then trim it on the edge. It's really easy. Yeah, even I can do that. So don't do it with scissors. Trim it on your guillotine so you've got all the edges, and you can leave that little black border on, or you can trim it off. It's up to you. I trimmed it off because I wasn't sure if I wanted to put a different colour border on or not, but as it happens, I've made the border a little bit bigger, and I've used some black cord, and all I've done was I temporarily, can you see the little bit of glue there with me tape runner? I put it on there temporarily on a piece of cord, like that, fixed it on there, because I don't like measuring. All right, so I did it like that, and then I did it by eye on my trimmer, using the same channel width around the whole thing, so then it's perfectly the right size. But that's what I'm going to attach onto here now. So I'm just going to do it with my tape runner. We're going to do a clean one. We're going to do let's just do a quick, click it out, print it. Thank you very much. I want a card. I forgot a card. I need to do one in a hurry, but I want it to look good, and I don't want it to look like I've cut corners.
Sue says, hello from Northumberland.
Hello, Sue from Northumberland. Lovely place to be, pet.
Is it sunny up there today? We've had the most beautiful day down here.
Well, remember last April when we went to Northumberland for my birthday for the month? And
we did
everybody
shiver,
says,
didn't we?
well, we're going to have a lovely summer. Ooh, it's going to be lovely. It was freezing.
We still had ice creams on the beach.
We
though.
did. We
Two
did.
coats on.
We did.
Bobble hat, gloves.
We enjoyed it anyway, did we not? Right, so what I've got here, so can you see how that's going to be the base layer on there? Now, I can do more with that. I could, if I want, put a little bit of ink around the edge of that. What you need to be aware of is what your paper is like for taking ink. So I would say get a bit of scrap paper, okay, and try it out. Like, see, this is the same paper, but try it with a little bit of your ink on it. If it's a matte paper, you'll find it grabs the colour quite quickly. It's not really matte. Photo paper is not meant for blending, but you can age it a little bit, just a tad around the edges, by just giving it a little bit of a pale colour, like a pumice stone, or this is smoke plume, and all it's going to do is just give that. So I could have printed that out and I'm done. But if you're like me and you think, well, I want to do a little bit to it to just, you know, because I can't leave well alone, like Maria when she's cooking. She can't just do the recipe.
Rude.
Just saying. Like, sometimes if anybody remembers the Vicar of Dibley, she's a bit like Mrs. Cropley sometimes. A bit like Marmite and chocolate cake. Oh, yeah, let's have a bit of that.
Right, I'm going to defend myself and just come in with a question from Anne Wooding. What acetate do we need to be able to print on, please?
Right, printable acetate. If you look in the craft world, right, craft shops will have printable acetate for you. You'll find it. However, if you go to somewhere like Amazonioni, and just do printable overhead projection film, that also works. And sometimes you get that a lot cheaper.
Top tip.
Top tip. And then that's, you see, this is all good. So get the one that's on the deal at the time, the amount at the time, and look at the reviews for sure.
Awesome. Maggie wanted to know, how much is the whole bundle?
£12, Maggie. Get to that site and click it and download it. You'll have it in minutes. Debbie did. There you go. Can you see how that's just mellowed that out a little bit? It's just giving it that little. You can go darker, but I just wanted to go really pale. You know, always go with a paler colour and then darken it just a touch. It just gives it a bit more of a vintage thing, and I'm definitely going to do that with this bit here. Right, I've got my layers. So I've got this layer here, which is the one that is already on there. Now, if you're good, like with the scissor hands, you could cut that out there. But if you're not great with the old scissor hands, keep looking at that. I'm moving over here and I'm opening my mothership of coloured pencils here. And I'm looking for a brownie colour, and I'm coming back at you. And I don't know if it's the right brown. I'll show you the mothership of coloured pencils in a sec. But if you want to just disguise this little bit here, get a coloured pencil. Alright? Look, this is me. This is exactly what I would do, because I'm not great at, see what I mean about, some people love a bit of fussy cutting. Some people, not so much. But now, would you notice? Nah, I wouldn't say that.
Right? No, perfect.
Okay, and you could be a bit more, you know, definite with your colouring a bit more. And you find that this matte photo paper is lovely for pencils. It takes the pencils really nicely. So that's the next layer I'm going to pop on there. And I'm just, again, for speed, I've just got some little foamy bits. Shout up if you've got any questions, please do.
Well, I would like to say that it's Lynn Haynes-Fagan's birthday today.
Oh, do you know,
and you know what that means?
I do know what that means.
Happy birthday to you.
And the style missing.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday,
dear Lynn.
Happy birthday. birthday to you. Did you like me vibrato, Maria?
Yeah,
It was lovely, wasn't it?
it was beautiful.
I'm sure people wonder about that. If you haven't heard Mrs. Miller, you don't get it. But if you have,
Look up Mrs.
then
Miller.
you'll know.
Yes.
You will know. Now, I will obviously put more of these on, but just for speed, and because I don't know where I put me 3D glue gel, and because I really don't want to wait for drying time, I've just put a few in here. Now, thing is as well, I do know about the old decoupage, because back in the day I used to do a bit of decoupage in the dining room with the lovely Jane Nesterenko, who's unfortunately not with us anymore, but we used to laugh. And she was the queen of layering, because she do all the medallion cards with the glitter in. And so, you know, I learned from the best there that if you're going to do a bit of, you know, 3D layering and decoupage, give it some articulation, give it some movement, move the little leaves up, or you might as well have just stuck it flat to the card, and then pop that over there like that, layer it up. It's hard when you're trying to not get your head in the shot at the same time, because, you know, my director, producer, floor manager, you know, she who must be obeyed, will tell me off. Obviously Willow, yeah.
Kimberly Fisher says, can we order from the US?
Oh yeah, Kimberly, absolutely. I've got that all set up. Should all be there. I mind saying that I haven't tried it yet, but if it's all right in me program, I've got it set up for the US. So
do a test run for us, Kimberly.
Yeah, go on,
see
Kimberly.
if you can order it. And just for those that have joined a little bit late, I'll pop this up yet again. The shop, ladies and gentlemen, is now open.
Oh, it's alive! You were wondering if that ever was going to happen. You know what? It's so much. You don't know what you don't know. You know, because it's the Shopify platform I'm using. Again, that was advice from my lovely friends like Lisa. That's been keeping me right and stuff. And I wouldn't have had a clue. But the thing is, you think it's all just in the app, and it's not. Like, if you want to do digital things, you've got to get another app, which is an app within an app. And then you need to watermark your pictures, which is another app within an app. It's kind of like a rabbit warren. You end up falling down, and you don't know what you don't know until you don't know it. And then you think, okay, stay calm. Do a little bit of meditation, a little bit of chanting, a little bit of breathing exercise. Come back to it, it'll all be fine. It'll all be lovely. So can you see how that's just layered up there, and the really pretty depth to that? I love that little bit of ink on that. You would not know that wasn't coloured in, to be honest. That's going to sit on there, but I've got my crocodile as well. I could pop a little tag, like get a proper hole in the tag here. God, it's ages since I've used this. Is that the one there? Yeah, so I better get this wrong. Okay, let me do that about there. So I could pop that there like that, and I could pop a little bit of ribbon through there as well. Did you? I've got my wording here. So this is a little trick Maria said. You got to show them this little thing that you do, and it was a simple thing that I've done for years, but it does look nice. So what you do is you just take big pair of scissors, instead of cutting it straight, start doing little curvy wavy kind of little wibbly wobbly. Think of a nice gentle wave line, and then come in, and then you can make it irregular. It looks better if you make this bit of it longer, that bit less there, and then we might do that one wider again. But can you see that it's a lot? If you use big scissors, you get nice long flowing kind of movements with that. Now I'm going to pop that there, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to get some black cord, and I'm going to hold that against my black cord like this, just anchor it like this, and I'm going to do the same again with my scissors. But just, you can either pop a little bit of temporary sticky onto this if you want, or if you think you can manage like this, just do a little bit like that and like this. And what looks cool is if you make even this bit irregular, make it wider in some bits and narrower in others, it gives it more of a quirky kind of look, like as if it's a banner flowing. And then that there is going to go on there. But what I might do is just give it a little bit of a mellow kind of edge to it. Just a touch of this. So always use a lighter colour on your printed. Obviously, if this was glossy card, you can't really ink up a glossy photo paper very successfully. And in fact, any photo paper, is designed to grab the ink quickly, get at the core of the card and set it so that it doesn't smudge and you get a lovely sharp line, and any ink that hits it, it grabs it. Well, that's not what we want when we're blending. You could add a little bit of glycerin though to overcome that if you wanted, but just know that it's not going to be as easy as it is on a regular card. If you want that, then print on watercolour card or whatever stamping card you normally use and do it like that. But I think this being able to put a little bit of ink on with your pre-coloured images is a nice thing to do. Just use lighter colours that you may have used before, because then it kind of grabs them and they might look a bit darker than they did. So I'm just going to pop that there, just a quick little strip of that.
So inking around the outside of that, you've mirrored the
shape,
the card, haven't you?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And then it doesn't matter if it is a little bit irregular either. That's fine. I'm not gonna. Obviously, I would have layered this up differently, and I would have put the glue or the sticky on the back of that. I'm just going to put it on here just so that you can see what it looks like for now. You would want to put glue on there, wet glue or whatever, if you're doing it like this, but for now I'm just going to do that so we can stick this together. I haven't got any ribbon in here with me, it's in the other room, but I would definitely pop a little bit of ribbon in there at the top through your tag, put a bit of ribbon, tassel, whatever, would look really cool. And we'll pop this, and what I'm going to do with this is again give it some shape, so flat, curvy in the middle to flat, all right? And then that is going to go like this at the top, and I'm just going to stick that there like this, that there like that, and put a little foam pad in the middle just to keep that raised in the centre, and then it gives it again a little bit more of a quirky kind of look than just a flat phrase in the centre of your card. Bling on it.
Always. Carol Garwood Beard says,
Yeah.
I just placed an order from the US and it worked just fine.
Way! Thanks,
Email
Carol.
with a download link received.
Thanks.
Just have to go download. I'm very excited.
I've got to say, it doesn't sound good, does it, when you're spending your money and the person you're buying it from is as surprised as you are?
Well, you only went live tonight because you knew people would want it.
Oh, I'm not kidding,
yeah,
guys.
it's working. Yay!
I've been so busy. Debbie and Maria will tell you that I've just been non-stop trying to get this sorted so that we could do this today, because I've been talking about this shop so much, and it's got to get set up for the stamps as well. But I just wanted you to see, because it's all new. It's like, what is she going to do? What is going to be the format? How's she playing this going forward? And this is how I'm playing it going forward. It's going to be digis, it's going to be stamps, and it's going to be me painting, and also tutorials going forward. So that's going to be the main thing, but it's going to be all around education. There's no point in giving you something unless I should do something like this and show you how you can have fun with it, make it a bit more interesting than just, sticking it together or whatever. Give you little tips and tricks that inspire you. And even if you've just learned that one little trick with a word in tonight, I think it's a good little takeaway. But look at the bling on my flower now.
Oh, that's lovely.
Now that is a pretty good Bobby Dazzler card there, and they're all just printed out on that matte photo paper, and we're good to go, don't you think? I'm hoping you like that.
That's
so
gorgeous.
if we look at this with the other three here, so that's Debbie's printed onto watercolour card. She's coloured it all in with, I think she used watercolour pencils on this, I don't know what she said. She's used a nice piece of Centura pearl card as the base. You can see it's got a nice pearly finish to it. And love it. Oh, a bit of gold paint on the pocket watch as well. But can you see
Gorgeous.
the gold paint? So if you want to do your own colours, do your own thing, make it for wall art, doesn't matter. Then Debbie's created a tag that she's printed out, which is the smaller format, smaller version of this one that I've got here. And you can see how paper affects it as well. Different papers will, and different settings in your printer will give you different results. So I printed this on fine quality on matte photo paper. And if you're going to make a Wowzer card, you're saving all this money with other stuff. And I've got a refillable. This is not like a mega photo printer. It's an Epson ink tank printer, and they're super affordable to use because you use the inks in the bottles, you know, in the ink tanks.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not a dedicated photo printer, but you can see how that's just what you can do with one of the collections. Should we do a bit of colouring in on craft card?
Yeah.
Cool. We'll pop that there, but it's nice to make a card again. Yeah, I'm hoping you're enjoying it. Right, so here's the challenge I have, okay? I've got all my little bits here ready. Look, look how cute that is. I've cut it out already with my little leaves and my almond bird there. We watched that. If anybody watches The Curse of, what is it?
Oak Island. Yeah.
You know, if you're in it with us, you know that it never changes. They never find anything. And I think it's on about 500 series now, isn't it?
And digging for the buried treasure.
I just when I Hummingbird, there's a bloke from the UK on there. And that's how he would have said it, isn't it?
He finds,
look at that
finds stuff with his metal detector, doesn't he?
That's a Bobby Dazzler.
That's a top
pocket fine Bobby Dazzler. And it's like a bit of a button. And they're expecting to find the Knights Templar's treasure. And they've got a button. And that's how they're building it up every episode. You go, I'm waiting for the big haul. And it's a button. Anyway, there's me Hummingbird. Ready to cut out. I cut these out. Come on, if I can cut them out, anybody can do it. So I just wanted to go little. And you see there's other little wording bits here that you can do. You know, that little deal. You see there where I've cut around that? You're just going to do the same little wibbly wobblies. And you've got options on, you know, how you want to, which words you want to use. Or just sort it like that. Just sort it. Any other questions, though, shout up, please do.
Well, Stephanie says, I think I'm going to have to get into the digis. I was born too soon to understand all this computer stuff, but it's not going to be hard, is it?
No, I've got it. You know what? I should have got my MacBook and shown you what it looks like and how easy it is. We'll do that. Maybe midweek I'll get my Mac and I'll show you, because all you do, literally, I'll show you the pictures again in a minute, one of the printout things. So what I need to do is, I've got a bit of a problem, right? I'm going to put these here for a minute. All right, and then just look on the overhead here, and then I'm going to come in with the problem I have here.
Julie says, it's no good, I'm going to have to get a printer. Honestly, I'm such a technophobe. Get yourself a printer. That's the mothership.
Like them you will. There you are. The whole of Star Wars. That's the problem I have there. It's not a pocket set.
It's
not
not
got my shorts
set,
on, but it's not a travel set. No, it is not. Watch. Are you ready for this?
I nearly got your lily white legs in the shop.
You did. Oh, seriously.
They're like two little pieces of string dangling
down.
down.
Yeah. I look like what's his face in Carry On Camping.
Maddie Cooper's in the house. Hi, sis.
Right, so you ready? Watch.
Whoa.
Can you still see on the overhead? I can't see on the icon. Is it on the overhead?
It is on the overhead.
Oh, what? Oh, yeah, because I can't see it. Yeah, there you go. Look at that.
Oh,
you saw my nose.
Your nose really.
I was like, that Kilroy was here,
like
wasn't it?
Black out
Absolutely.
There
It was again Star Wars again with my nose.
It's the woodpecker.
It's the Woody Woodpecker show. We need to get out more.
Well, we do, don't we? It
Right,
has been
so
sunshiny today. I think it's
gone to my head. So well, I've got a problem now. So here's the other thing, though. You can think, what colours do I need? Look at the printouts. Be guided by the printouts, and then veer off a little bit. Look. Right, so I'm going to go peachy colours. And there's gorgeous peachy colours up here. Let's go. Well, we definitely want white. Now, the thing to tell you is, another little top tip, whenever you're buying pencils, whatever the makers, check that you can get them what they call open stock. If you buy pencils from a thing that you just have to buy in a whole other tin, it's not a good thing, because you'll be using certain colours more than others.
Waste of
clearly, I'm not going to buy this whole set just because I'm going to run out my white, am I? No. But it's a polychromos, this is, and Faber-Castell, as you can see, it was a mega present from Maria a few years back. So I'm going to use white because I definitely want white. I'm going to use a pale, gorgeous blue. I love that pale blue there. I might use, I'm going vibrant. I'm going to use something like this. I'm going to use, I'm just going now. I'm speeding it up. I'm going for colours that are just jumping out at me. I want a purple.
Lynn Hayes Hoggins says, like them I do.
Yeah, I love it. So this is...
You guys are as crazy as we are.
Yeah, which is why they keep coming back. They pretend they're not, you know. They pretend they're not, but they are. We love it. And then there's certain colours. I love indigo. I always use a lot of indigo. Right, I've got some colours there. That's kind of my hummingbird colours. Then I want my flower colours. And the greens can double up in there as well. So my flowers, I'm going to go bright. I might put a bit of orange in there. I'm going to put a bit of pink in there. But I want... It's got to be in your face. These hibiscus flowers on, they're not subtle, they're a bit like myself. I'll do a bit of darker shade in there. That one there will do. And I'm going to go with maybe a... Let's do that.
Quick hello to Peggy Brown, who's just joined us. She says she's so excited, she loves your designs. I've been looking at the website, but I don't see US prices. Could our friends in the US who've been having a little tinker whilst we've been live, just reply to Peggy for us and tell Peggy what your experience has been and how you got there. That would be helpful whilst Sheena cracks on with some colouring.
Yeah, oh God, if I have to try and put the... I thought the website might have like converted it for you. I think
it has.
You don't,
I think it has, yeah.
Because there's a lot to know. So let's colour this little hummingbird in. Let's do this little guy here. And if you're unsure, look, you've got these to follow. But look at how Debbie's done this one. Look at how gorgeous they are. Look at the colours in that.
That's
different.
Stunning.
Yes, go. So do your own thing. Don't just go with what is there.
Quick question.
Yes, Maria.
Julie Palmer asks, I've been buying Faber-Castell pencils this weekend. Are they a good make?
Oh, they're the best, I think. Personally, Faber-Castell is what all the professionals use. They literally are. You can't get any. They're high pigment. There's no fillers in them. They are fade resistant, which is what if you're going, with artists, they're not just playing. They're creating things and they're selling them. So they've got to be, archival. They've got to last. You can't put them on a window and then they're in front of a window and then it's disappeared.
Well, that would be the worst.
That
you
would
spend
be
2 or 3 days making something beautiful, frame it, put it up, and a week later it's disappeared.
Imagine if you're a professional artist and you've been paid a few £100 or more for what you've done, and then it's like the magic. The pixies have stolen me painting. Wouldn't be happy, would they?
No.
No. So I'm just what you want with pencils is you need a paper that's got a tooth, which means it's rough. The surface is rough, and that's exactly what craft card is. And because it's got that warm undertone to it, it really your colours sing. They really jump out on top of it. So it's a lovely combination. It's a really nice combination. Can you see? What I would say as well is look on your picture and decide where if you're gonna want any really light areas anywhere, where if you want actual white there, put that down first, because what you're doing is you're like reserving. It's like when you go on holiday and you put your towel on your sun lounger. You're reserving the right bit, your Bagsy in it, before anything else gets on there, because once you get some of the colours in the card, eventually the card will stop taking any fresh colour because you'll have filled in the tooth of the card. So, and then you try and put your lovely white pencil over the top and you go, well, it's Faber-Castell, but it's still not working. What have I bought? Oh no. It's not the pencil's fault, there's nothing wrong. It's just that you've filled in the tooth of the card. So there's no way for it to sit in there, because that's how pencil works. It actually sits in the tooth of the card with texture.
So it's like little peaks and troughs, isn't it? And
it absolutely.
once your trough's full.
Yeah, that's it.
There you go.
Your trough's full, that's it.
My little analogy.
Move along the star, yeah.
Karen T. Allen says, hey, just got my digital images. Thank you so much.
Yay, nice one. I hope you enjoy them. I mean, literally, I wanted them to be as easy to use, because all the people that follow me and what I do and what my team do, we're not known for clean crafting. We're known for let's get our mitts on them and put some ink, paint, whatever, all these products that we've been saving, collecting and hoarding over the years onto them. So, you know, that's the idea. I wanted them to be as easy format, hence the PDF, so that you literally can just print them out and then get cracking with them. That was the plan. So can you see how now I'm going over with the white and I'm just burnishing this colour, and what happens is that it'll become kind of smooth to the surface and very soft, and you won't see any pencil lines because you're smudging all of that wax or oil-based pencils. There's either wax or oil-based. The oil-based are usually firmer than the wax-based pencils, but either way it's not water soluble, and what you're doing is you are smoothing, you're really filling in those little gaps now, and then you've committed to having that completely filled. But look at how that little guy looks on there, just with that craft card back. Look how he pops out.
Yeah, stunning, that is.
Just that little bit of colour against the brown. And then I can do the same with the flowers. So the flowers, I'm definitely want some white on the edges of these little guys. So I'm gonna pop some like this. I'm loving, you know, I've worked so hard. I mean, Maria isn't kidding. I just literally have been working from morning to night, but it's not been work because I've been enjoying it. Because I got up this morning. I didn't sleep well last night. I just one of those nights when things will keep going around my head, and I'm thinking, I wonder if I can do this. Can I do that? But that's good. That's exciting stuff. That's like creative thinking. Even though I'm like a zombie the next day, and I got up early to try and do something that I wanted to do. And I have to say, the amount of YouTube tutorials I've looked on, how do I do this and how do I put that in this shop and how do I download things that I just haven't done before, you know, things that I haven't had to do before, because it's all been, I've just drawn the original images, formatted them for stamps and done a little bit of actual colouring, not all of the digital stuff that goes behind it, and the management, the building of the shop and things. But I'm proud of myself that I've done it, to be honest.
I'm proud of you. It's been a massive learning curve, but yeah, no holding you back.
But it's really satisfying, and it's really nice because I know what I can show you and what I want to show. It's all within my control now, and you know, I've done this a while now, so I know what I would want to see, what's important, what I think is going to benefit you. It's in our control. We can do it, you know.
Absolutely.
Nobody's to tell what please, we can just do it.
Sheena, Rebecca Dancer says, I've just printed the owls out. Wow, they look stunning. Thank you,
wow.
Sheena and team.
Hey, fantastic.
No holding that back.
Wow, yeah, nice one, Rebecca Dancer. Cheers for that. Well, you see, that's... Oh, I can't tell you how pleased I am. I'll be doing a happy dance after this, because, you know, it's always scary thinking, God, I hope it works the way... Because you don't know, it's all digital, you know, it's all going on in the background. And the fact that you've done it already so quickly, they've printed out perfectly, and you're happy with them, great. You know, I've not bought a lot of digital products from elsewhere. So all I'm going on is what I believe I would want from them. So I'm hoping they favour well and they compare well if anyone has any other ones. And please give me some feedback if you've got anything that might help as well, because that's what we're here for. We're here to help you, to give you what you want, and to make it so that we can... It's not just that, it's the thing that it's a vehicle for being able to teach you stuff with as well. Saying that, I've got a chance of a venue in Winchester. Okay, and Maddie's listening.
Yeah, she is.
And it's midweek though, and I could do it within the next couple of months if there's enough people who might be interested in it, going down that way, and it'll be full day, probably like 10 till 4, something like that. Bring your own lunch kind of thing, but we'll sort refreshments and things like that probably. And it'll be based on colouring with, I'll have some pre-printed digis on different mediums, probably watercolour to be honest, so that if you want to know how to watercolour, for example, with for card making, not watercolouring for, you know, because I'm a watercolour artiste, but watercolouring because it's a great, affordable, easily accessible medium that looks fabulous. But I'm a card maker, you know, I haven't gone to art school, thank you very much, but I'd like to know, you know, some tips and tricks on how to do it and how to get over the fear factor, and that, in fact, that's what I did. Sue will know, for my VIP workshop that I was going to do before life got on the way, and we kind of we didn't get to do them as much as we intended. Let me know, be another thing of like, we'll see if we can capture it going forward, if there's any interest in that, because like I say, it's a venue I've been offered, but it's midweek, but it would be nice just to do a little pre, you know, thing, and then if you like it, you never know, me and Maria can just crank up the orange crafting dream machine and get on the road, couldn't we? In my
Could
spare
go on
time.
tour.
Yeah,
Workshop
can you
tour.
imagine? Yeah, you'll see that the van, the orange glow on the horizon, they'll be like, no.
Absolutely, Sherry Miller. Sheena can bring the cookies and biscuits.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, I did make some today. Actually, I was hankering for something, so I just, even though it's like tropic sunny out there, I made a few shortbread biscuits. What are you going to do? So soon me. That's my comfort thing though. I blame my mother. She's a feeder. Can you see I've got the that really the nice little kind of a more orangey kind of look there. I'm going to make that really quite bright in the centre. Pop that, and I'm definitely going to go over with the white again to burnish these colours and make them more blended. Can you see how that's really popping out now? You will use, if you can get any pencils, and you can, pop another white in your box if you can, because the white is what you'll be using more than anything. I did a class years ago in the 80s, shows how old I am, in at UC, I think it was Orange Coast College, it's not there anymore now, or it was either UC it was Irvine, University of Irvine, and it was on pencil colouring, and I did a pencil portrait at the time, and it was all, I learned so much, and it was all about burnishing and how we use the white pencil, not just as a colour thing but as a burnishing tool. You can get burnishing pencils now which are just kind of a clear wax, but I do like the white, especially on the craft card, to do it like this because it makes it look more like pastel
Beautiful.
than pencil. Pretty, isn't it?
Yeah.
Softens it, makes it really pop. See those little edges on that flower?
Yeah. Sue Dixon says Winchester would be perfect for her.
Oh, great.
Caroline Chickleborough says, will you be doing the floral whimsy images as digi-downloads?
Floral whimsy images. Yes, you know what? Probably, yeah, and probably eventually. I'm thinking of doing the little mini blueprints, but that'll be a long time down the road, maybe. In this larger format, you know, so you can do different size things.
Yeah.
I'll be looking at all of my previous stamp ranges and colouring them and changing them. You know, you can do that. You can make them something totally different than they would have been in the stamp kind of format.
Maddie Cooper says, I'm happy to make some cookies.
Yay!
Yay!
Oh, you definitely want Maddie's cooking. Maddie's cooking. Oh.
And Sheena, Karen Griffin is in the house.
Karen,
Hi,
Griffin. Did
Yay.
you see me ducks, Karen? If you see the ducks behind me on the little display thing, that was Karen made them. You know what? I have to say, Karen is retired a few years back, and they stayed with us for a period of time when the house was getting sorted, and hadn't particularly crafted, had they? Like until then. And now Karen does regular craft things every weekend.
Craft fairs, yeah.
Yeah, and she
And she's
makes different
brilliant.
things. And Karen's the one that I keep telling you who we've got all those gorgeous images, reference images of real penguins and whales and dolphins, and because Karen goes away at sea with Orca and teaches people about sea life conservation and things like that.
And she goes on all cruises, doesn't
Yeah,
she?
she does,
Lovely
yeah.
job.
Yeah.
Nice if you can get it.
Ah, definitely. So I can't find me a dark green here, but I had me indigo, so I've just gone and got a little bit in there with that dark, just to give it a bit of shadow, like that. I'm not bothered, just put a little bit.
And Karen's got a little message there for you, Sheena.
Yeah.
That she thinks you are amazing and she knows how hard you are working. They were up at the weekend, weren't they?
Yeah. Oh, cheers, Karen.
And it's lovely to see you both again.
Yeah, we had a great time, yeah.
Let's do it again soon.
Definitely. And then, so we've got that there like that. So that little guy's nearly done there. There's this little bud here that I nearly forgot, this little one here. So I'm just going to do like, so I'm probably not going to colour the whole tag in because you can see how it's going. And we've probably been a bit longer than we normally are. But there's so much to tell you, and I want to be finished by showing you what the printouts look like for the guys who missed what the digis are looking like, how you're going to get them. Okay?
Great stuff. Pat says, I think I'm living in the wrong country. It would be amazing to do a personal class with you.
Well, you know what? I mean, the thing is, here's the thing. I've got friends and family in California, and they're dying for me to come back over, aren't they, Maria? They want us to go and visit. And so, you know, it's never say never. It might just happen. That'd be cool, wouldn't it?
Yeah, definitely. So I'll be popping up a message on the Inkettes group about the Winchester, or the possibility of the Winchester workshop.
Winchester Cathedral.
And if we get enough people showing an interest and prepared to travel to Winchester, or you live in the area, then we'll make it happen. How about that?
Oh no, what have I done to me tag? Hang on. The one little bit, it could have stuck anyway and it would not have mattered. And it stuck to the one bit that it's going to be seen. You know what I mean? Is that just crafting for you, eh?
Oh,
what are you going to do?
Oh, yeah.
I'll put that so you can see how this would work here and like that. And then I'd colour those little ones at the back. But just so you can see how you're going to build that up. I quite like having some of the colour, even if it's not coloured. So you've just got some of the element coloured as well, some line work. I think that looks pretty cool. Don't you? With just some of the line work in the background and then the coloured elements like that. And then you've got your little wording thing that you can do with your little, what's it again, with your little, the black wibbly wobbly. But we could continue with that, but colouring it, but I'm not quite sure how much time we've used tonight, Maria.
We're just over the hour there, Sheena.
Oh, right. Oh, that's not too bad. So you've seen, we've given you some tips and tricks with the pencil colouring. We've put a card together with just the printables, and I want to finish by showing you what these printouts look like. But I'm so impressed that you've already printed them out. Wow.
Yeah, it's really cool, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm going to race through some things that are being said that you can't see. Which are best, Sheena? Faber-Castell regular pencils or polychromos?
The polychromos are the artist ones.
Okay.
So if you can every time if you can stretch to it, the artist quality ones are the way to go, because you can't get any better. I mean, that's it. They're designed that way for light fastness and just colour range, and the fact that they've got this open stock where you can just buy colours that you've run out of, so you don't have to buy a whole new tin of pencils. You've got just the ones you need. But looks like it's got a hairdo there, doesn't it? Looks like it's got a bad syrup or something. Yeah. But you can have a bit of play with it. Just put the little leaves where you want them. If you want them there, you don't have to have them there.
Marcia's got a question for you. I have an inkjet printer. Can you use that ink with watercolours?
You can. What I would do is, it depends on the card. I found some card, and I'll find the one I was using, and I did it on the workshop that Sue was on, and it literally absorbed the ink and it didn't move. It barely moved at all. If you've got in your printer, if you've got the ability to print it like draft, is better for using it with watercolours. It doesn't put as much ink down. You can try heating it with a hairdryer. things like that. We bought a little inexpensive, what's it called?
Printer?
Yeah, you know the thing, laser printer.
Laser.
Oh, it fell out my head. Just so that I could print out some stuff if I wanted, with so that I could, you know, the lines would definitely not move, because then the laser printed lines. But it's just black and white printer because it's you know, it's not expensive, but definitely you can get away with it with a inkjet. That's what Debbie did. In, I think which one did you use? Debbie, let me know. Is that one? That looks like watercolour to me. I'm sure she's watercolour that. She used watercolour pencils, and that's fine. Okay. So, but we'll be showing you, we'll be doing stuff. But can you see how that little tag is going to come together really quickly as well? We don't want the hummingbird behind. We need the hummingbird in the front. There, like, yeah, coming across. Sort of just have a bit play with it. But these little bits there, layer them in, have the background behind that, and swap it up, couldn't you?
Yeah. Carol says,
yeah,
I've looked at each one now and they're going to be so much fun. I forgot to put the right size paper in when I printed, LOL. Yes, you can make it fit the paper. I just did.
Yay, fantastic, nice one, thank you. That's exactly, see, because this is it, I'm discovering with you. My brain's only, you can only take in so much, bless it. It's not doing bad for 61 years, is it? Considering it's had like a nice easy time, and it's like, what are you doing to me? Stop it. Look at that, I love that. That is so cool. That on that printable acetate is a great look, isn't it? But it
So
only
nice.
works because of the intensity of colour I've put, and the colouring, the shading I've got into this guy for you, the way I've coloured him for you. It wouldn't work if it was a pale insipid colour onto the printable acetate. You just wouldn't see it, which is why I wanted the colours really bright and intense for you. There's the little guy that we just made as well, the owl there. We just put that one together.